You're listening to The Endless Party with your hosts,
Megan Elijah Armstrong. Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Endless Party.
Yes.
We are happy that we get to be a part of your day today. So today, let's just jump right in.
Sweet.
We are going to be talking about time management, and I think one of the greatest things that I ever discovered about time management is that it's impossible to manage time. You can't control time. There are 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year, and we can't do anything about that.
Nope.
But what we can do is we can manage ourselves.
100%.
And so really what time management is self-management, and it's being able to be disciplined enough to allocate your priorities and know just in what order and how you're going to, make the events in your lives happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this has been so critical. Elijah and I have been working on several projects that take a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And there's no way that we would be able to get all the things done that we're able to get done if we didn't first learn how to properly manage ourselves and our time. And it quite frankly took us like 2 years to get to this state of flow.
I would agree with that. I mean, our marriage in and of itself, you kind of have to discover how the person that you are in marriage.
Yeah.
Nobody really talks about it, but you have to really figure out a lot when you're first newlywed, which makes sense because you're living with a person 24/7, 365. Things are going to be different. You have to learn how to adapt and just improve. But as Meg was expressing, is we've gotten to the point now that we know each other so well and that we know ourselves well enough that we're able to manage everything that we're striving to accomplish on a day-to-day basis. But as she said, all of this can take up a lot of time. And so you have to really make sure that you are taking time to prepare for those events, right?
Yeah.
You have to make sure that it's person that I want to become does XYZ. So how am I going to be able to fit XYZ into my day?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been super interesting. And the thing is, I know that this time management, self-management is constantly evolving. It would be crazy to think that the state of flow we have now is going to look exactly the same when we have 2 twin infant girls.
Yeah, that's what
it's
I was
right.
mention.
It's not going to look the same, and that's okay.
Well,
but
and that's why
it's okay to make adjustments.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we're even speaking about this before the twins finally arrive, right? Because by utilizing our self-management now and coming to this understanding of weekly planning and preparing for those things, we're able to be okay, now that we have something else added to the mix, we just can't take as much time on these things, which is totally fine. But knowing how to self-regulate and manage yourself in time, if that makes any sense, it's going to make it that much easier when we have these twins because we're already doing this on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I'm not as nervous about losing out, which of course, but just losing out on, the dreams and the goals that I'm currently working on.
Right, you don't have
nervous.
to put off
No.
your own goals and dreams.
No. I just need to manage myself
for your
a little
daughters,
better.
right? Yeah.
And I think I love this principle too because I feel like a lot of us feel like we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
And most people are.
And that we're just we just have no direction, and we know we have all these things to get done, but we don't know when to get them done. And
Sorry, there's an airplane.
Yep, there's totally an airplane. Anyways, we don't know when to get them done, and we don't know what our true priorities are. And so we like live in this state of chaos, and Elijah and I have felt that on several occasions, and I hate it.
Well, it's actually pretty cool
not
too. As
good.
soon as you understand like self-management, you get to the point where you actually have more time.
Yeah.
Like way more time than you would usually. Because you're just such an effective person that you utilize every second that you've been given in a day. And so instead of squandering your time on petty things, you're able to be like super diligent, super creative, as well as take time to take a break and take a rest and eat lunch and do all the things that you need to do.
Yes.
But then you're able to be like, oh, I'm done with everything I need to be done with by like, 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I think I told you, I think we had this conversation, the other night where, just talking about self-management, and I was like, every minute of my day is so precious to me because it is like utilized so well. And here's the thing, it sounds like we've like completely micromanaged our schedules, and we'll explain what, time management looks like for us. But it's just gotten to the point where I truly value every minute and moment that I've been given every day, because I just am in this state of like flow and peace because I've learned how to like self-manage so well, and it's been beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's interesting too because we actually talked about this a little bit with well, let me just say this. So we had the boundary party a few weeks back now, and what the boundary party talked about is being able to manage everything that we need to in our life while also taking care of others, right? So being able to set the boundaries that it's like, I need my space, you need your space, but I'll come around when like I need to come around. So since this time management, we've been able to easily say no and easily say yes. Because it's like, actually, I can fit you in on Friday afternoon, or I can fit you in on Wednesday morning.
Right.
Because we are so prepared and regulated that we have this better understanding of ourselves and what we need. And then as soon as those boxes are checked, we have more time to give to others. And it's pretty phenomenal because, like I said, as soon as all of a sudden you regulate yourself, you're able to have this plethora of time that you never even knew existed.
Yes. And you can just more effectively serve people too, because when you are with those people, you're all in, because your brain isn't somewhere else, because you've already taken care of what needs to be taken care of. So now I'd just like to jump in and express what, how we've chosen to manage our time. And this is totally not an original idea. I need to give the proper, what is it called? Not praise, but reference. Credit to Stephen Covey. He expresses that he thinks the best way to manage time is like weekly management. So, and that's what Elijah and I do. So every Sunday, we come together and we talk about what events we have during the week. So for example, because we're pregnant with twins, we go to the doctor every single week.
Yeah.
And it's very time consuming. Our doctor's office is 45 minutes away, and we're often there a couple hours. So there's
a good 4 to 5 hours of our day out of
it's like, just gone.
Which is fine.
It's totally fine. But that's just something to consider.
So we plan that.
So we look and see when, we have to go to our doctor's appointments, and then Sundays we know we go to church, and then we can start to fill in the other days with other activities. So for example, if I know that I'm going to be at the doctor's for 4 hours, I can think about my week and be like, this is not the right day for me to go out and serve other people, because I'm going to already be a little bit stretched thin with my time because 4 hours has been allocated to the babies, and that's fine. And it makes it really easy too when people call you, because you can say, actually Tuesday isn't going to work, but Thursday I'm free. So why don't we schedule it in there? And so that's what we kind of do. So if you put in your big events at the start of the week, it gives you enough flexibility to be able to still have spontaneity in your life, but it also helps you to just manage yourself. So in a whole day, so on one day I'm not going to church, going to the doctors, serving my neighbor, and going out with friends. And then end up being so burnt out and just done because I just didn't self-manage well and didn't get what I really wanted to accomplish done.
Well, yeah, and Covey even talks about this, right? You just prioritize the things that matter most.
Yeah.
Right? And so for us, obviously the things that matter most, that doctor's appointment matters most.
Yep.
Right? The checking our boxes for the things that we're striving to accomplish, like me, for example, writing my book and like all of those things, it's like those things matter most. And so as soon as we're able to accomplish the things that are most important to us, then it is so much easier to be able to prioritize that which is also important, just not as important as what you've already accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think, like, what's been so interesting as we've implemented this weekly planning is that our productivity has been unreal. But what's interesting is so has our freedom and our flexibility.
Yeah, well, it's like
it didn't come at
what was
a
that
cost.
quote you had the other day? Adventure.
Oh, it's adventure is dangerous, but routine is lethal.
Routine is lethal, right? And that's what we've found is that by implementing all of these things, as well as all the principles that we're striving to discuss in this podcast, we've been able to see dramatic results, like lethal results.
Yes.
I mean, just to give you a small example, like my book has just gone through the roof. These other business ventures that we're pursuing has gone through the roof. Like all the things that we are pursuing are just excelling at an exponential rate.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes back to that understanding. It's like adventure is dangerous, but routine is lethal. And it's like, it is. I mean, it's cool because we've been able to see that result for ourselves. And we just encourage all of you to, find what works for you. Maybe it is that Stephen Covey's suggestion of weekly planning and prioritizing that which matters most, or, whatever it is with your time or self-management.
Yeah, absolutely. Something else I really wanted to talk about too was how, because spiritually we believe in this principle, but I think it's applicable to all people. We really take our Sundays off. We rest. We rest from all of the tasks that we accomplish, and I think that taking that Sunday, or even, I don't care if it's a Sunday or a Friday, but taking that one day a week to just give yourself the space to do nothing and to rest, it also, I think, is really beneficial.
It's super really beneficial. Helpful. This is the way I look at it, whether you're a believer or not, we are. So, God Almighty took a day to rest, took an entire day. Right? He created the heavens and the earth, and he did it in 6 days. And then on the 7th day, he rested. And I don't think I'm any better than God.
No.
Right? And so I'm like, if he's taking time, granted, that's also to say, like, he worked for 6 days. Hard. Right? And so if you're just sloughing off every day, then you probably don't feel like you deserve Sunday. Then you kind of get a little bit antsy because you've been a little lazy. Right? I've been there. I've felt that. Like, I've just been unproductive, and then I'm like, man, this Sunday's I don't deserve this.
I should be working.
Yeah. So, but as we've been able to implement this, it's like Sunday is like one of the best days of the week, and
I think it's our favorite day.
We're able to just be like, we don't have to do anything today, but recover, and then by Sunday evening we're like, let's go. Let's do this.
For our week.
And so it's pretty cool, and I'm glad Meg brought that up because that's something that has been really beneficial for us to be able to recenter, refocus, and just re-energize and get after it the next week, and then we can do it all again.
Absolutely. And so one Sunday I was just kind of stressed out because you know, Elijah and I are working hard every day to improve ourselves. You know, we're reading self-improvement books, and we're studying, and we're pondering, and we're taking all that time. And I felt like I had to do that every day. But really, Sunday, I give myself the complete space to rest mentally, spiritually, physically. And it's been so funny. I feel like pregnancy makes me a little bit more sleepy, but like on Sundays, I can sleep. Like we'll go to bed, wake up, and then I sleep so hard. On those days, I could sleep all day because my body is just finally like, just at peace. It's been so funny. Elijah will come in and I'll have been sleeping for taking a 3-hour nap, and I am dead to the world, asleep. My body is resting. And it doesn't even impede my next night of sleep because...
Well, it just goes to show you, right? Like, that's the whole idea behind what we're speaking of. Why are you able to sleep for that long? One, yeah, you're obviously pregnant with twins, right? But two, it's like you've been grinding all week. You've been working really hard all week, and so your body's like, okay, I'm going to get every little moment to rejuvenate so I can do it again. It's actually pretty cool. Now that I bring this up, or now that Meg brought this up, so I'm sure all of you are familiar with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is like a workaholic. Like, he just grinds. And he actually did an interview a little while ago, and he talked about what he does, and he goes for 10 days straight where he works 18-hour days. And then he's like, and then I'll take one day and I'll just do nothing. I'll go out of the office, I'll relax, and then he's like, and then I'm ready to do it again. And that's the whole premise behind this, right? It's like, by regulating ourselves and having this self-management, you're more energized to be able to do the things that are most important to you. And then when you do hit that wall, you're able to sleep. I mean, I think it was you that was talking about Thomas Edison with this principle.
Oh, yeah, he was a great inventor, and his wife said that he would go out in his shop and just work and work and work and work and work and work and work. And then he would come in, crash on the couch for 5 hours, rejuvenate, and then he was able to go back into his...
And just grind.
And go again. And I think something, too, that this whole time management thing has really helped us to achieve is that state of flow. No, we're not as awesome as Mr. Beast and Thomas Edison yet. But the thing is we're starting to feel that state of flow that these men have.
You're just encompassed in what you do.
Where we can work for hours on end on our projects and our passions because we believe in them, and because we've set up our week and our life to be able to just support our ambitions. And it's been incredible.
All our time and effort goes to pursuing what we love.
Yes.
Anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Not today.
Sweet. Well, like we said, we encourage you to implement some type of management for yourself so it can revolutionize your entire life. And please, please, please go and follow our other accounts on Pinterest and Instagram.
Yes, so we can hear from you.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you guys. Please comment, all the good things.
Yes.
And then we'll see you again shortly.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Thank you. Bye. You've been listening to The Endless Party. Please feel free to join us over at our website, theendlessparty.com, for more of our content. Also, we would love to hear from you. Leave some comments and let us know what you're interested in us talking about.
Seriously, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, whatever it is the platform says to do, so that we can keep partying together.